Hey guys, Wayne here from H2 Tech Videos. Today I'm doing a spec comparison between the Moto E5 Plus and the ZTE Blade Z Max. A lot of people have the Blade Z Max and are sort of pondering if they should be upgrading to this new Moto E5. Let's take a look at the specs and see if it makes sense. So we always start with software, and the E5 does come with a newer version of Android, Oreo 8.0, so it does take it for that category. Next we go to screen. Now these both do have a 6-inch HD display. One is HD plus, one is FHD, but basically the same screen size, pretty similar in terms of the brightness, so tie right there. Now we go next to the camera. Now this is where the Blade sort of still has the advantage. It actually has a dual camera, 8 megapixel front and a dual camera 16 and 2 megapixel rear camera. E5 has 8 megapixel front, 12 on the rear, not bad, but the Blade still has the better camera of the two. In terms of internal memory, it's interesting. So both phones advertise that they have 32 gigs of internal storage. However, the E5 does have more user storage. Now, how does this work? Well, you may have bought a phone and noticed that the tag says it has a certain amount of memory, but then when you check the memory of the phone when you first get it, it's less. The reason for this is the operating system and the built-in apps all take up space. So while it does have a total of 32 gigs of memory, you only get to use 26 gigs of that. You sort of lose 6 gigs right off the top. Now with the Blade, it's pretty scary. Of the 32, you actually lose 11 gigs right out of the top, just opening the box. So you actually get more memory overall with the Moto E5 Plus, and that's why they did take it for that category. Next we have battery. This is also where it's sort of interesting. So both these phones have amazing batteries. However, the E5 managed to top the Blade's already huge 4,000 milliamp battery with a 5,000 milliamp battery, and all their advertising even says you'll get a day and a half of battery on this phone. So for that reason, the E5 Plus does take it hands down with battery. Jump into processor, they both have the same octa-core 1.4 gigahertz, 2 gigs of RAM. Weight wise, this is where the Blade has a bit of an advantage. It's a little bit lighter at a little around 6 ounces, whereas the Moto does have a 7 ounce phone. This is important. I just started adding in this category because you know, weight is important, and some of you would prefer a lighter phone versus a heavier phone. So in that case, that is one downside of the Moto, is that it is a bit heavier. In terms of extras, both these phones have some cool extras, but the E5 does really outshine the Blade. We're talking about fingerprint scanner, fast charging, basically 15 minutes will get you 16 hours of battery life. So if you're running out of the house and forgot to charge your phone, you got 15 minutes, you got an extra 6 hours of battery. And you have what are called Moto actions, which are different gestures you can do with your phone to activate certain functions. For example, there's a chopping motion you can do that turns on your flashlight. There's a flick of your wrist you can do to turn your camera on, and a couple other cool actions that you don't see on most phones. So this definitely outshines the Blade Z Max's fingerprint scanner and the dual camera. So at the end of the day, guys, this has been sort of the spec breakdown, and I really just want to help you sum this up. So if you're a camera person and that's really the most important thing to you, then I will stick with the Blade if you have one. However, if you are a power user, if you're looking for a phone where you can use it all day and then some, obviously the Moto does top the Blade. If you're also looking for a phone that has more internal storage, you do get that with the Moto as well, and you're looking for a phone with some cool extra features as well, the Moto is the phone for you. Do me a favor, leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know which phone you would pick of the two. Are you the picture user or are you the power user? and what feature is most important to you in comparing these two phones. Hope you guys did find this helpful. Make sure you like, favorite, and share if it was helpful. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you also follow us on Instagram at H2TechVideos for monthly giveaways and a bunch of other cool stuff. Thanks again for watching. Take care and have a good one.